What up, Battle Pirates? This Price is Wrong from Battle Vortex. I'm a little later than I told some folks. That's why I don't like committing to time for my gaming, because life happens, the game happens, and it's really hard to nail anything down to any kind of specificity as far as time is concerned. Just because things happen. It's like since yesterday, before I made that 1600 Greenwich Mean Time commitment. I mean, it was a loose commitment for starters, but since then my base had been hit, and I did some gaming, and it just kind of really upset my repairs. But I did say I'm going to do the Let It Burn campaign, and it has to get done today, so I'm going to get her done. And I think I got enough repairs done where I can make it happen. So here goes.
Welcome to Battle Vortex.
Alright, so anyway, I did lose a couple of subs. I was trying to get my Hell Strikes. I didn't quite get my guard repaired yesterday. My bubble dropped, and then of course somebody tried to capitalize on it, basically looking for. At the time, I was considering it a cheap thrill, but quite honestly, the person who had hit my base yesterday is far from being pro, so they actually ended up dying in my base with no guard before actually killing my outpost. So, but they still got my dock and all that stuff, and even though I do got a few gold, I'm not going to use it. My intent was to hold on to it until the next event, and it'll support my next event, January event. So, but anyway, hey Bailey DeRosia, how's it going today? But like I said, I think I got enough repairs here. So let me just go ahead and cancel this. I'll pull all of this here out. I'm going to move this over a bit. Actually, probably should have just moved my Hell Strikes over, because I actually have a Hell Strike slot. And put that in there and that in there. And I'll put my broke one back over here, and I'll start repairing it just in case I need it. My subs, I definitely need my subs. So, hey, FC3S, that is quite the name. I'm sure that means something. And hey, Foxo. Alright, subs. Alright, so I put my high-ranking subs towards the back. I want to get my lower-ranking ones in the front. These ones right here are all 71s. My Phantom is a 72% rank bonus. These are 71 rank bonus. These are 70 rank bonus. So I put those in the front, so they hopefully will get more shots in and gain a lion's shares of the rank earned. So, but anyway, and then Hell Strikes. So usually what I do, I kind of do the same thing over and over again. I'll put my my Highlander Nuke Cruiser in with my Hell Strikes to give them an additional 50% radioactive resistance. And my Hell Strikes are now R6, and they are currently going to R7. But and then I'll put a couple of hulls in. Super Fortresses, doesn't matter if they're live or dead, but looks like all I have are living ones, so I guess I'll put those in there. And that's really just for placement purposes, so that the fleet's not coming in all funky looking. And I'm also just used to number 2 and number 5 being my Hell Strikes. So, hey, Guggen. So anyway, I think I'm ready to get her done, man. Let's go ahead and launch this bad boy. It's my wife out here getting her Forsaken missions done. She got hit today. Alright. Campaign. Huh?
Killing boats for points.
Do what you gotta do. If you gotta kill boats for points, kill boats for points. Alright, so there that is. Now, as I recall, okay, I've done the Let It Burn before. So you can pick the direction you come in at. I'm just going to hit start combat and see if I like the position No more dredges. There's no more dredges on the map, so it's just a let it burn campaign, and I guess those are dredges. And I do have a let it burn playlist, so everybody knows. I mean, I basically just up arrow and down arrow, so I'm basically selecting my whole fleet, telling it to stop. I want to hunt down these active, see which ones are active, which I see it's a couple of scouts and a Hulk. And if there's like a better position for me to come in, then maybe I'll do that. But I don't know. This looks like it could be okay. It looks like the scouts are pretty much just going to go straight for the island. And everything's got sonar on it, so sonar shouldn't, being spotted should not be a problem for me. Alright, let me just go on in. I'm just going to try to snag that one there real quick. Actually, let me just retreat, because I'm going to end up screwing myself up here. I'm going to actually just come back in straight at... and if you need resources, by the way, campaigns are an awesome way to get resources, just because you can always go in there, you can get your resources, and you can abort your campaign, and then you can start it back up again and get resources all over again. So it's just something to keep in mind. I mean, if you need a crap ton of resources, start a campaign, work one or two of the of the waves or whatever, and then abort campaign and do it all over again. It's a great way to get a crap ton of resources fast. All right, so let me see here. Let's see. I wonder if I can get enough of that guy. Nope, I can't. Let me get this guy anyway. All right, now this dude right here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get in here and get this one. This guy right here, I'm going to get a piece of him too real quick. I'm probably going to screw myself up here still. Yep. Run. Actually, see if I can get enough torpedoes off to kill that dude, because he's going to be chasing me. Ba-boom. Did I lose any boats? Nope. Alright, so it wasn't completely horrible, but ooh, okay, now maybe it was completely horrible. Dang, well, look at that range, man. Holy freaking smokes. That hurt a little bit. Well, I don't have anything at full health anymore. My number 3 boat's in really bad shape. But the good news is all of the active ones are dead. Yeah, I probably should have played it safe. Because I got to do this like 3 more times, right? You are correct. I try not to play scared, man, but sometimes that bites me. I get a little too self-conscious about it. Alright, I'm going to sit here for a second, and I'm going to go for a couple of boats. Them things got some crazy range, don't they? Alright. Hey, sharks. Yeah, how close they get though is really not that bad. I mean, because the important thing here is that they start inactive, is because the sonar's not going to pick me up. I'm not sweating the sonar. I've got the Cat 3 and I got the D2S armor. My Cat 3 is retrofitted. My D2S armor is retrofitted all the way to 10. I think my Cat 3 is like 4. So I feel pretty good for the most part when it comes to me versus sonar, you know. Right now, you know, the holes give you more bang for the buck. So right now, I'm not doing any retrofitting components. I'm currently getting my Hellstrike going. I got it up to R6 so far, and it's currently going to R7. You know, and that's like big time uranium. So I'm trying to make sure I have enough uranium for my next. The next one is like 55,000, and I'm currently at 40, so I need like 15,000, which I'll get here. Not really sweating that too bad. Is everybody in here coiners? I'm just curious. Or is there any non-coiners in here? I guess is mainly what I'm looking for. It just, you know, the only reason I say is because it seems like there's been like a really push here lately for some people in the name of the game are trying to force others to coin and to play. You know what I mean? Just by going out and intentionally sniping docks, and they do it in the name of battle pirates, you know, and they're like, just coin at your high level. And I don't know, man. You know, it's just as much people complain about KIXEYE, you would think that they wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm a current coiner, I really am, but I'm not like trying to force people to go out and coin stuff, you know. Let me just keep going. All right, so the boats are all prepped out. The thing that I love about the campaign system here is that,
Jason, are you in the middle of
you
it?
know, I don't have to worry about somebody stealing a dredge from me.
Can you let the dog in?
Boy, that number 3 boat's hurting, man. My goodness. All right, so let me go ahead and get my other boats out. I don't know, man. It just seems like, you know, some people that do coin are just, and I don't know. It just seems like, you know, the this game brings out the douchebags in people, you know. I mean, no, I know we're not playing Farmville, you know. I know we're playing a battle game, but is the game really to give KIXEYE money? I mean, is that really what the game is turned into? I don't know. That's just somebody hits my wife's base today, and they intentionally went after her dock, and they used all of those references that I just used. Alright, so basically, it's the same thing I do with the dredges when I'm hitting the 50s. I use the exact same fleet, and pretty much use the exact same method. You know, these here got a few more turrets, obviously. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turrets. I know the 60s currently have about, there's a lot more turrets on the 60s right now, but all right. Now, as my units get closer to the green dots, then I'll just tell them to keep moving. And the splash does most of the work. And I think R6 was a splash upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was a building damage upgrade, which still makes the splash hurt more, quite honestly. So, Now I could have split this whole thing up if I wanted to and probably got more resources out of it, but this right here is going to be a full load for me. I mean, that's so I just got 7,500 uranium. Yay for me. And it's 106 million resources, about 107. And I probably, like I said, I probably could have got more. You know, not that I need them. You know, I don't really need any resources. Quite honestly, you know, my ticket, Kix, I did reply to me on my ticket for the dredge issue from Friday. And they pretty much just said that the 100 gold was what they were going to give me, and that was it. And I replied back to them. You know, I'm like, well, what if I go out and I buy 100 gold, you know, or spend $100 on gold, buy 1,250 gold, and I'm waiting back on a reply, you know. And I said all I want is my crew back that I coined. You know, I coined a crew back, and that's what I wanted. So they hadn't replied to me yet, man. They're just like really slow to get to tickets anymore. But yeah, so I'm kind of cubed already, but I guess I'll go ahead and start the next one. Now, if this is anything like before, the wave 1 through all 3 of these prize packs are identical. Wave 2 through all 3, well, through the last 2 are identical, and then, you know, so there's really only 3 different ones. Yeah, well, you know, I actually did take all my nuke cruisers should do good with their armor. Yeah, well, my nuke cruisers do need a refit, quite honestly. My nuke cruisers do need a refit. Right now, I've got like ballistic armor on them, and you know, when I originally built them, I built them for fighting reavers. You know, but because I had like explosive and ballistic were my focus for the armor. Let's see here. See how much of that guy can get. Nothing. Oh well. Am I going to get shot again? I probably am. Let me see. Alright, so I need to get turret at my backside. 5 does seem to be my healthiest one, so I'm just going to lag it behind a little bit. Alright, nice. No damage this time. Hey, hey, Brad. What do I recommend for a Hellstrike build? Well, Inferno rockets for one. I know a lot of people seem to like to want to put their nukes, their launchers on it, whether they be the cryo launchers or the nuke launchers, the D92s or D104s. And I'm not going to say that I'd recommend either one of those. The boat is made for rockets, and it's, I mean, granted, it's not really thinking outside the box, as many people are often encouraged to do, but, you know, it sure would be, to me, a waste to me, it would be a waste to waste those bonuses. And get that guy. Come here, noob. I think I played it a lot safer this time around. But, you know, if this thing is supposed to be, if the Hellstrikes are supposed to be tough enough to handle rushing a base, then taking it slow on a base should not be an issue. But you got to think of how bases are built these days. So bases these days, have a lot of javelins. They have nuke cruisers, launchers. Wendigo is another one. And I don't know what's up with the Wendigo. I wish I knew. They won't tell you if they're done changing it or not, but I'm fairly certain it's going to be getting a nerf. It just doesn't make any sense to me that they would allow it to continue like it currently is, or even the misses cause the cryo splash. I mean, maybe I ought to go back and watch Swag's video, because it seems to me that it probably my engine's retroed. My engines are just engine upgrade 3, so it's not they're not any of the Reaver engines, so it's not the unstable core. I know the unstable core is retrofittable. I don't believe the engine 3 is retrofittable. I know the unstable core is, and the Reaver Scout engine is, but all right. So I got to point my butt at the Jav, which is probably right there, and I put that number 5 in the back a little bit. That way only one boat's taking any heat. All right, sweet. I did a lot better this one. Didn't take any damage on my subs at all. Engine 3 is part of a system, one of the systems. I'll look for it. Actually, let me look at them in my dock real quick, because maybe it'll say, like, don't they say like rank and all that when you're pulling them up in your dock? I don't remember. Like, all right, so here I got engine. Cat 3 right here, it says like my Cat 3 is rank 4. It doesn't say anything next to my engine upgrade. And there's no rank on my engine upgrade. I can't like click these up because they're out to sea, but yeah, I don't believe there's any system. That's a Vade upgrade. Let's see here. Engine systems. Oh, there is. Engine upgrade 1, 2, and 3. Well, there is. So it is part of it. Speed upgrade, unstable core 1, 2, and 3, and the Reaver Scout engine. They're all part of the engine systems. And no, the answer is I have 0 retrofits on that. That may be something I consider one day, because I didn't realize they added an engine upgrade to it. The Stealth Systems is the one. This one right here, my Nighthawks have both of these, the Nautilus battery and the Cat 3, so I feel like I'm getting a double bonus here with these. So I'm currently going up to R5 on these, or I will be going to R5 next time I do it. But like I said, I'm doing my Hail Strikes right now. They're currently R6, so I just got the building damage buff. Working on the evade buff right now. It happens like all the time. Hey, Tito, Dr. Phil, it happens all the time. I'm always wrong. But, it's not, I'm not prideful about it. It's just a part of life. It happens to us all. And it's a shame that so many of us have a hard time admitting when we're wrong. All right, let me get I forgot to launch my boat. Yeah, so I'm not prideful about it. I mean, I'm human, Oh, yeah, it's all good. I can take it. Are you that Dr. Phil? Um, you're the one that did like the calculator too, didn't you? Do like a shipyard type deal, spreadsheet? You're that same Dr. Phil? I apologize for asking. It's just there's so many people with same names, you know. I know me and my wife are good friends with a guy named Shark on Battle Pirates, and whenever I say hi to Sharks on here, I'm sure she thinks it's the same guy, but it's not. All right, so there's another 107 million. So if you're like building ships and you're coining them, these campaigns are like the perfect time to do that because you get just a crap ton of resources. Crap ton. All right, so let's take a look at this one. And just so everybody knows, I'm up to the second campaign in the second wave right now. That's what I'm starting. Second campaign, second wave. And let me zoom out and say, let's go. So I can see what's moving. All right, so this one here looks like it's just 2 hulks. This should be really freaking easy. Go ahead and zoom back in. And now I did probably since the last time I did these, I believe I've refit my Nighthawks. My Nighthawks used to have speed system on them and stealth attack system, and I've taken both of those off. I replaced the speed system with engine 3, and I replaced the stealth attack system with Nautilus battery 3. And the whole point of all of those changes were to get my my submersion range up, so that I could better prep bases. That was the whole point of that. Because basically, you know, more speed, obviously, while you're submerged gets you further down the road, and being under, you know, submerged longer gets you further down the road while submerged. So between those two changes, I've drastically increased my submersion range potential. And I've done some pretty good preps. I've done some pretty good guard preps. So now it's like enforcer bases. I'm not going to say I can get in all of them, but you know, if I can reach the guard, you know, if they don't have proper sub protection in, you know, I could probably get it done now with my fleets. So I'm getting closer to where I want to be. It's baby steps, you know, as far as towards recovery, you know, because you know, basically 2014 was a pretty battle pirate game. It really was. Let's see how many of these hulks I can get. I just go up here and get this one because he's stuck. Go for the easy prey. Uh-oh. They didn't get either one of the moving ones. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of good crews out there. You know, that's if there's anything that I'm lacking in my game is being more familiar with them. I actually did a road crew presentation. That was my attempt of trying to become more familiar with them. So it's just you know, in my business, that's the one thing they do to help you. They recommend to help people learn is do a training presentation. You know, when you're in networking, can get really complicated. It's not just IPs and, you know, I mean, it's not nowhere near simple as it should be. It's incredibly complicated. Networking can be incredibly complicated. And anyway, so that's just something we do in our business is that if there's something that we need to know and we're lacking, we'll do a training presentation. And so that was what my attempt was with my road crew presentation, was trying to become more familiar with the road crews. Oh darn, I was really hoping that was going to kill the whole thing, but it didn't. Well, Crypt Keeper Crew would be really good in these. I just don't know what else you'd use it for. I mean, I think it's, I mean, obviously, you know, there's people who collect things throughout their life just for the memory of it, but I don't understand the whole holding on to stuff that's not really useful anymore now. I mean, there is potentially times when it is useful, but all right, let's get that guy. See if I can get him and these couple of scouts. Ba-boom. So the second wave is pretty easy. And for those that missed what I said earlier, um, the wave one is exactly the same in all three campaigns. The second campaign is only wave one and wave two. Wave two is the same in campaign 2 and 3. And then when you do campaign 3, one's the same thing as in campaign 1, 2 is the same thing as wave 2 in campaign 2, and then the only one that's really original is campaign 3, so, or wave 3 in campaign 3. At least that's the way it's been in the past, so I'm pretty sure it's that way this time too. Yeah, it's a shame Kicks I didn't get with me, because I actually did buy some Facebook credits in anticipation of them saying, yeah, you can have your crew back. Which they didn't freaking do. And I was planning on using all these resources, you know, on boats today, but it's all good.
I like lemonade.
Yeah, it is pretty pointless. The Crypt Keeper crews are pretty pointless with all the thermal, but you know, and the targets don't have thermal. It's pretty good, right? Let's go. Hey, good morning, Treadmill X. It's actually afternoon for me. It's 12:20. All right, so I just highlight everything. I watch how close to get to the green dots, and as soon as I get close to the destination markers, then I give them a new one. That way I can just make sure that my boats stay moving and everything is getting the splash. I was so close to killing that dang thing. Alright, so another 17,500 uranium. Okay, so now my uranium's up to 68,000. And Now I just got to do launch campaign 3. All right. All right. So again, it's the same thing as wave 1. Wow, that thing is fast, boy. Look how fast that sucker is. Let me go ahead and start driving away. If you're zoomed out, the easy way to tell that your surfaces you got awake, but doing the counterclockwise, around the island seemed to work pretty good last time, so. I just try to get that guy when it's convenient. He's way too fast for me to try to try to point him out or prioritize that one particular target. Just when he's convenient, I'll get him. All right. Now my boats don't turn with the crap anymore since I got rid of speed system. Even with the rank, I was expecting a little bit more from the rank that I had gotten, but it just didn't happen. Let's see, I'm probably not going to be able to get him now either. Them guys are just so freaking ridiculously fast. Look at them, just stop on a dime, man. Stop that guy. What direction's he gonna go? I don't know. Alright, well now he's the only target, so. I have to see if I can figure out how I'm gonna get him. Oh, I know. They all got like those piranha depth charges on them, man. They freaking wear you out when they get on top of you. Now you're going to go back towards the island, so hmm. Yeah, I'm going to take a hit here. You're getting around that. But it was just the one boat, so. I'm pretty happy with that, though. All right. Pretty much the same drill. I mean, I use the same pattern pretty much over and over and over again. The, the sonar, I'm worried that, they'll make these things more difficult, and it's so freaking hard to get uranium as it is. It really is a shame that these things only come around once a month. But it's like, to them, it's like a rationing thing. It's like, let them eat cake, It's a luxury that's they feel that only certain players are really entitled to the lion's share, and it's really ridiculous. It's a freaking Hunger Games for uranium, is what it is. The filthy coiners are Sector 1, and we're Sector 13. Making my wife laugh over here. Alright. Alright, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm actually going to select one building. I just want to see if I select that one building, if the extra splash will help me kill that last turret before it gets off another shot. No, it didn't really work. Almost did. It was close. And that was the extra shot. Well, they're slowing everybody else down but the super coiners. The super coiners just seem to be willing to pay through the nose to win. And, I mean, I just wonder if Kixeye got the cost all the way up to like $100 a base, to beat a base, people would still probably pay it. I mean, it's sad but true. There's just people out there that don't have this, I don't know, we don't all value money the same. All right, let me. Oh, this one right here is just the two hulks, right? Yeah, it's true. I mean, there are some people that really like hacking this game, and it seems to bring them a lot of joy, you know? And I don't know, Kixeye doesn't seem to put a lot of resources into it, and I'm guessing it's because they'd probably consider it to be wasted resources, and they're too busy coming up with new content for the freaking super coiners. And just in case I take a hit here, which I might. Let's see here. Now, in theory, I should be just about hitting a safe zone. All right, I think I'm safe. Yeah, there's like two of them in there, right? There's two R5 Berserkers. Yeah, seems like this the campaign hasn't changed really at all. Crap, I didn't cut in quick enough. Oh, I did. Sweet. Yeah, I need to play it safe, not get greedy. Hey, backpack. Oh, really? You know, from what I understand, I mean, I know there's a lot of hackers, and well, it's not. I wouldn't even say there was a lot of hackers in this game, particularly compared to many others. Um, this game probably has the fewest hackers in it out of any game that I've ever played. I used to play the Battlefield game, and it just seemed like there were always, always, always players, man, that were like shooting through walls, and they had on their auto aim, their aimbots, stuff like that. Um, I mean, it was like constant, and with the glitches and stuff. And here, it's really not that bad. I mean, I'm not a fan of the hackers, but I don't know. I mean, I get, they're kids. They can't afford the game either. They don't work. Of course, they like to curse like sailors and all that, and it's so I guess Battle Pirates is fun for them in that way because nobody can see how young they are, and and when their parents aren't watching them, they can get away with bloody murder, and they do. But I mean, all the hackers that I know of in this game are very young, very, very young. And they really enjoy abusing adults. I believe it. I believe it. Punkbuster is what Battlefield used to use. Was Punkbuster. I remember having to install that. There's my buddy Mark down there. Mark the Reaper. He's one of the guys that I helped during the event. He followed me here. He'd never been to Sector 1 before. When he landed, he was like, oh crap. I guess the rumors here is that it's just like a free-for-all in Sector 1, but it's not that bad. I don't know if they're all foreign or not. I guess, I've never really traveled out of the country. I mean, when I was young, my dad was in the military. I've lived in like Okinawa, Japan. I visited Korea. I don't really remember living anywhere else besides outside the United States. I know in the United States I've lived in Kentucky briefly, West Virginia, Georgia, and then of course Virginia was where I'm at now. But that's about some of my exposure to the outside world, really. And I make a lot of assumptions based on pictures that I see in magazines and on the internet, I guess. And oh, got it that time, sweet. But I know much of the world is very much like us now. A lot of the industrialized world is like us. And they have spoiled kids, bad parents, just like we do. But you're you're Australian. I had to remember that. You're Australian, so foreign to you is United States. I'm foreign to you. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was like some spoiled little kid here in the United States that is accustomed to getting what he wants. All right, so this is wave 3. You can tell by the R5 Berserkers. There's 2 of them. I don't remember what's active, so let me just click the button. Okay, so we got 3 scouts, and a Hulk that are active. Let's see what kind of wide circles crazy patterns these guys fly. Oh, non-English speaking, I gotcha. Yeah, well, all the hackers that I'm familiar with speak English, so. And it's amazing that how much credit they like to give themselves, for hacking a Flash game. They just think they're all super geniuses from the movies. All right, so I guess in here I see that I really need to be careful, but that one there's got sonar on it, and that one there doesn't. Wondering if I'd be better off coming in this one here from the top. All right, well, I'm going to go in for it. Let's see how it goes. Holy crap, here we go. Oh, nice. I thought it was done. I thought he's getting ready to turn right on top of me. Whew. Boy, I had to hold my breath there for a second, man. That was going to be a squeaker. Hey, Boronick, how's it going? The dark blue's hard to see on my screen. How long? I don't know. I hadn't actually put it counter on it. I don't really count the seconds, you know. But it's not bad. I mean, I got Nautilus Battery 3 on there, and I'm retrofitting it, so having it stay under longer is, short of retrofits, I don't think you can actually make it stay under longer. But I can do pretty good. I mean, you know, at least if you're watching, or you're watching on Twitch, isn't there a clock on Twitch? A timer? Maybe you can watch that timer and see. Wow, man, that thing just put on the nitrous, man. That was crazy. All right. I'll what I'll do is I'll say up and I'll say down. So when I say down, that's when you start watching that clock, and then when I say up, you do the math. So hopefully that sounds like a good plan. Uh-oh, I might be toast. I might be toast. Oh, I might be toast. Boom! Out. Well, I just saved the day. Oh, who the heck is down here? Messing with my boy Mark. Black Locust. BL1. See if Mark said anything to me. Yeah, he just parked there. It really wasn't a hard catch. Kind of made it easy for me. All right. Now, where the heck was I? Oh, that's right. I had just Yeah, maybe a baser on the way, but he's got a battleship out there, so hopefully he can do a little something something on his own. Let's try to go around that fire. Man, that freaking scout, man, is like on the other side of the map, man, but he is so freaking fast, man. It's like, holy crap. Try to get a little something, piece of him. Oh, I got him. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not going to guard his base. I mean, obviously I can't guard his base anyway, but I try not to let other people completely run my game. I try to play my own game. Your dock about repaired, babe?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to check on it. Go kill one of these 65s. I've been killing boats.
Alright, so nothing left on here is moving, so I'm going to go ahead and... That's weird how that thing is just like activated like right off the get-go.
Yeah, have a dock.
Alright.
Go kill one of these 65s and one of my Forsakens.
Gotta love the way the torps fall off those subs, right? Isn't that awesome? That's all rank. Siege torps are R10, but R10 only gives you damage, so... Which is a lot, enough, don't get me wrong. So I hate to say only damage. It's not reload. That reload is all rank. Alright. Well, this is getting ready to wrap up the Let It Burn campaign. Excuse me. No, I'm using a Siege Torp Z. You know, I'm going to go ahead and tell my number 2 to go this way. See if I can save me just that one extra shot, you know. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. Move it. Oh, that'll work. But you bet somebody's out there waiting to ninja my fleet. Sometimes you just got to be fast. All right, so I got my 25,000 uranium and I got my cutthroat. It's pretty awesome. I don't know if did I just dock my subs? Let me dock my subs real quick and I'll show you. Excuse me. Got 455 EXP for that. Excuse me. All right. So here, these are Siege Torp Z, D65Z. Okay, and they are R10. I have D2S armor on. That's R10. I've got my Cat 3 on, which is rank 4. Nautilus Battery is rank 4. So I get 44% on my cloak time. And the cloak time is just one of those things that kicks high leaves blank for everybody. And I got engine upgrade 3, which that's my build. And of course the 71% on the rank bonuses. That's what this cool little anchor here with these little stars underneath means. Let's see, got a love letter here. Oh. Ah ha ha ha. You're watching. I think that's hilarious. It just blows my mind, you know. The people watching me in the game and on the stream, it just blows my mind like every time. I mean, it happens so many times already and it just never ceases to amaze. Alrighty, so that was Black Locust and 24, so that's in the 40s. Usually if you take because there's 600, I guess, nautical units per sector, it's 600 by 600. This will tell me, obviously this is 4 of those nautical units. There are 4 sectors rather. Well, I should have said 4 because 600 would be the end, and then it'd be +1. So, but he's level 68. I should just have it just say hi to the Twitch stream. Just say hello. Say hi, Twitch. So now I do have assault torpedoes, and my assault torpedoes is I have those on my Spectres, and they shoot pretty good. Right there, they shoot pretty good, and mine are R10 also. My assault torpedoes are also R10, and but they shoot pretty good. All right. Somebody just posted some chords and said faux, but anyway, that's really all I had planned for today. So I'm really just going to kind of sit back in my bubble and repair for a bit. You know, I got lots to repair. You know, I got some coin. I'm kind of thinking about putting some more on and maybe spending some res today. You know, depending on the answer I get back from KIXEYE on my ticket. You know, what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to go ahead and armor all of my Nashes up. I want to get the dragonflies off and replace them with hornets. And I'm probably going to go with 2 assault disruptor Ds on each boat instead of 1. That's probably what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do. It's what my plan is currently. And but you know, it's kind of an expensive. Just putting the armor on is kind of expensive. It's going to cost me about 250 gold per boat. So doing my whole fleet is going to cost me about 1,000 coins. You know, that's quite a refit. You know, it's going to cost me about 1,000 coins to do this whole fleet. But I want to be able to use these in place of my Stingrays. You know, my Stingrays, I'm kind of feeling are pretty obsolete. I kind of feel feeling pretty old using those. I feel like I should be using my Nashes instead of Stingrays for everything. And I'd really just like to get these up and ranked up. And I mean, they've got pretty good rank on them already. The 4 stars. The rank bonuses on here are 37% currently, and I'd like to get them a lot higher. And I'd like to get these refitted before the unidentified raiding fleets come out, which I'm assuming right now is coming out next week. I haven't had any kind of secret intel or anything like that. I'm just assuming that it's coming out next week, but I can't say for sure. Well, the reason why I want to go with all Hornets is because this particular hull has random launch override, and the the reload time on this, if you see on my Hornets, are 2 seconds, 2.0. The reload time on the Dragonfly is 4.0. So basically, by using Dragonflies, I'm launching half as many UAVs on those particular slots, which just means that my opportunities of getting the random launch override is cut in half on those particular slots. So that's what I'm going for. That's why I want all Hornets. I wish I would have thought about that from the beginning, and I would have just done it right off the get-go. But you know, the Dragonflies were new at the time when I built these, and you know, I didn't have my head on right. But you know, I am going to put D5E armor on here. And the assault disruptors are nice, but I just kind of find that only 1 on each boat. I should have 2 on each boat. And let me see here. As I recall, limited hulls, Nashes, isn't there like some kind of ballistic? There is a ballistic range bonus. There's a ballistic reload bonus on here. So I should be having cannons on those other 2 weapon slots that are not UAVs. Can we assume the Kraken? Yeah, that's never going to happen. The Kraken is never going to be a prize. If you, I mean, the stats, I don't know if you ever looked at the unofficial blog. If you ever looked at the unofficial blog, but they actually posted, I guess, blueprint information for that particular hull. And like the build time and all that, it was years. It was not months. It was not days or weeks. It was years. Now Scarabs are lighter, but let me go ahead and pull up the Scarabs just so you can see what they what the reload time is on them also. Let me see. I think there we go. The reload time on these is 4.5 seconds. So that's further making they weigh less, yes, but the reload time on them is really bad, and in comparison to the Hornets. So it's another reason. I mean, it's just I think random launch override, if that is an option, you should go all Hornets, because that random launch override is invaluable, man. I mean, those pinch UAVs that coming off of there are sweet, and if you get those followed up with the kamikazes and you get those little thing going, man, it's pretty nice. Hey KK 9255. Hey Sharks. All right, here, I'm gonna have to copy this code here. So, all right, I'll copy that, and now let me just click on this, and then it's just for some reason Twitch breaks up that little breaks up the code. So I'll see what you're posting here. Let me break out the old iPad. It sounds like people are sending me messages. Oh, what's going on here? I should have reloaded or loaded up already. Web page not available. You just take the code out and see what happens. All right, it's still not working. I don't know what's up with that, but here's what I'll do. I think that the guy FC3S, maybe that's you. Okay, it was you that just sent me a Facebook PM. Let me drag this over, 'cause no offense to everybody or anybody, but I just don't want my Facebook on the Twitch stream. And then I'll just bring it over here. Now, if you do upgrade this, these right here, basically all it does is increase UAV swarm duration. It doesn't do anything for reload or anything like that. So, you know, the swarm duration, you know, because you got your reload, UAV reload, and all that stuff. I just don't know how much value. That code still doesn't work. I think the shipyard's broke. Is the shipyard broke? I think the shipyard's broke. Let me see here. Let me just pull it up real quick and or maybe it's my cache. Maybe maybe I need to clean up my computer. Yeah, because I can't get the shipyard. Let you guys. Is the shipyard broke for you guys? Hippo shipyard? Because I can't get it to load up in any screen. Just so everybody knows, Havoc11 says hi Twitch. It's weird being me sometimes, guys. Y'all just have no idea. It's like people smash my base to say hi. You know, I got a little short with somebody yesterday, and the person who hit my base last, I got really short with them, and you know, I probably shouldn't have. Okay, so something's up with the shipyard, so the shipyard's not working right now. But anyway, yeah, the person that hit me yesterday, it's like I ended up apologizing later, and they seemed to accept it in time. But, you know, we exchanged quite a few words. But I was the escalator. I was the crier. And I shouldn't have been. I don't know. It's just, you know, I thought I was coming out here to hide, and it didn't work out too well for me. It's just so far, it's like I'm just permabubble. You know what I mean? It's what it's like to be me, and it's things that should take 10 days, you know, are taking 2 full weeks, and it's just ridiculous how long it takes me to get to putting anything in my base and making changes, you know. And I think if my guard would have been in yesterday, they wouldn't have done it as well. They didn't get my outpost, but they came close, and but I didn't have a guard in. And if I had my guard in, they wouldn't have done as well, and I wouldn't have been as bothered. But because they wouldn't have stopped my turret. Yeah, I was a bit butthurt. Yes, it happened. Hey, one hung low. So I don't know. I think it was just, I came home last night and I had plans, and then my plans got really screwed up. But I mean, I should be used to it by now. Pretty much, when my bubble pops, I mean, it just seems like when people find out I'm in the same world as them, they bookmark me and they just watch for the bubble to go away, and then they come to hit me. And my base isn't. I can't stop the super fleets. I can't do it. Now, granted, I guess I did yesterday, but I don't know what happened yesterday. It was just a really bad hit, and or they would have flattened me. But I was still upset just that they got my dock, and I ended up having to wait 2.5 hours. I mean, I still had my subs out on the water, but I couldn't do anything else. Yes, I do. I do know this. It was just a lapse. It was a lapse. I'm human, and I don't know what else to say. It's really inexcusable, but I did apologize to the individual. I was kind of abusive. They were abusive, but it's all good. We're cool now, I think. I gave them some advice. Told them what was wrong with their fleet. Told them how they screwed up in the hit. And they have a really bad base too. Sadly, I wouldn't got one of my alliance mates, a level 50, to smash their base for me. They had a really bad base, and I'll probably give them some base advice later too. But it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know what else to say as far as the shipyard goes. It's not working, so I can't look at any builds or anything. But my campaign is done. I can't do anything else with it. I've got all my uranium. I'm up to 93,468 uranium. And oh, you guys can't see that. Let me get my picture out of the way. All right, so now you can see my whole screen. Trying to find a better place to put my face on the screen. I used to have it up above the chat, but it seemed like I blocked a lot up there too. So maybe I'll start putting it on top of my coins. I got a lot of people that seem to like to watch my coins. All right, but anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and sign off for now. And oh, another message. Yes, yeah, the server appears to be down. Yeah, Huggy has confirmed the server appears to be down. I think I should move it all over. Let's see here. Bam, like that. Bam, like that. There we go. Wow, is it just me, or did it really blur my face up when I did that? But yeah, now it's over the chat. Yeah, I do feel like I got a lot of uranium right now, but for my next retrofit, I need 55,000, and then hopefully I can get some assistance from some other folks. As far as, because the R9 is 100,000, and the R10 is 200,000. And so I'm not going to be, it's going to take me some time to get that kind of uranium. It really is. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get that kind of uranium. And hopefully, I can use my crew and I can get my alliance to help me prep some. They'll prep some for me, and maybe I'll get lucky and I'll be able to get like 100 in a session. I mean, it's happened before. It could probably happen again. It'd be really awesome, if it happened. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I hate to ask other people to spend coin for me, especially when I'm so unwilling to spend coin. Yeah. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Yeah, drag bases are constantly available too. But the only issue I have with drag bases is that it does take a whole fleet of mine to hit, and then it's like a 10-12 hour pair, so I can only hit a couple of those a day, and that's if I'm on you know, in perfect like 12 hours or whatever, you know, and I don't get hit, you know, because if I have to stop to repair my dock, then, or repair my guard, then obviously that just delays me. You know, it's just, if you're not a coiner in this game, you really suffer through playing quite a bit. But yeah, I'm out of here. You guys take care. Thanks for joining me.
The price is wrong, bitch.